Yo, welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders Part 3. So where we left off, we were confessing our feelings to Colonel Sanders and then trying to tell our best friend, who seems to not care. And now we're going to school for the third and final day. So let's begin. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh! I can never get his voice. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Oh, you can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. Oh wait, because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Elbigdog, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Oh, Big Dog, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided. But your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how food is received. That's a lot of words to say. That's a lot of words to say it's bland. Excuse me, Big Dog. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Elbigdog. Nor by Colonel Sanders' inability to see a sleigh for who you know she really is, you walk across the car to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with a sleigh, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday. Start flipping through the pages. That's the what? Whoa, that's that book. That's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would possibly help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you. A pretty good excuse to try it out. Yeah, the Spork Monster told us never to use the magic book. We all saw what happened to him. Let's not do it. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially wait to see what happens. Reach for some old. You reach to your backpack and grab. Oh, he doesn't like that. Some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkle immediately goes for and gobbles a sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in the world satisfies like ungraded work. My Elbigdog, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Elbigdog, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before we can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over in the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Mary and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to the cool kid friend Jeff and Drone, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. And take Jeff and Drone with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gapes in his panels. Then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. No amount of seasoning is going to make up for what? No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. I think it was supposed to say fried. Or maybe I read that wrong. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pal over into the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we haven't been distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam! TM. Trademarked. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad that I confessed to Tiny Mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that in class in front of everybody? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that. Oh wait, hold on, this is me. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us, whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Mary gives you a big hug and wipes tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. Love it up? I think it'd lap it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. Location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. A chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his eviler counterpart, Slay. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Elbigdog's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making the dish comes second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Elbigdog, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Pot pies begin to bake, and the smoke is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. Decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. That decision gets hard to stick to when the other timer goes off behind you. I gotta fess up. Okay, you got me. Do a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. It's an oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. My nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'd probably start burning by any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Oh, wow. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules! That is, except to cook with everything you've got! You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you through the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Slay are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers, definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster. Van flexes pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! The Slay scoops her pastries, oh my god, off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. Oh my god, he speaks. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice a Slay has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book on your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic? Even if it's almost certainly evil magic. We have to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a settled wink from across the room. I believe in you, Elbigdog. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Elbigdog, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Turn to nose Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tell you, food's short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into the boiling noodles. No. It's a secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get iron newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The running noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the spork monster knows that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Huh. Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You feel spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, I was a serious stare at Steve, and he takes a hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. We have to summon extra power from deep within us. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hand turns... What? Your hand turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their whole lives for... Yes, Elbigdog. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning really fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy coursing through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked, the oven can't be served. God. But don't worry, dear Elbigdog. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today. I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station, stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom, hooked by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, you get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? Oh, and someone asked for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeias, but there's nothing. Somehow must have gotten unplugged. Okay, that's not English. Somehow must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, I'll have to figure that out. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole long days. Days long. What? But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I made holy crap. Tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny naotomaki I spy afloat in the itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Elbigdog, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made udi over smooth egg custard and axe orchard shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is a kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but can't get his nose close on the account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Yow! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. I can't poke in my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount. This is the last you heard of me. Before forces the door is swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, a sleigh. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delights in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, and quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Elbigdog? I told you it's a display piece. A sleigh. I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition and a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but I don't breathe too hard. It might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes the sleigh. She finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, a sleigh storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be a fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the van and the sleigh are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There was supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now the school year is complete and everyone has graduated. The students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. Cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and the sleigh tell everyone that they've committed themselves to right the wrongs that they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduations, clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refers to me by my new name, Party Monster. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna be great. Do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new ring on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Music on the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? 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 I actually feel like I knew the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of the kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. I'm pretty sure she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him. He has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full menu. That looks really freaking good. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on a delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Elbigdog? I couldn't help but wonder, is our final exam team up purely an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tip of his fingers. His hand, the hand of Master Chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in butter and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen, as my co-chef and partner, in both business and in life? You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying me and you together? Ever since... Oh my god, this is crazy. Ever since Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No. Even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders! The for real head? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that just happened between you and Colonel Sanders. You step outside to get some air. The quad is dark and quiet. Too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravery? Just then Spork Monster appears. Hi, Elbigdog. You had some pretty sweet dance moves back there. Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool. Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyways, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares. Oh, I had no idea. I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you. Permanently. I run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say? Adopt him? Sure. My hero, I will forever be in your debt. The end. Seriously though, it really is this time. Is it really the end? Woohoo! Well, thank you all for watching. That is, I guess, the end of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. I think we're looking good dating soon. Looks like we are chefs. We're dating Colonel Sanders, and all our dreams have come true. So, with that being said, thank you, and goodbye. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day!